Hey guys, welcome to MSL Season 3. It's the round of 8, the second set between Mind and Mania, and it's going to be on Zodiac. And spoilers on the first match if you didn't see it really quick though. Mind at the 12 o'clock position, Mania at the 6 o'clock position. Spoilers on the first set if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't, why are you watching this? Go watch the first set. It was actually a pretty good game. Oh, by the way, I did see the first set all the way through. I didn't say that the head of that. I actually did commentary on it initially, but I didn't think it was very good because I was screwing up their names even more than I did on the commentary I actually did post. But I didn't feel like doing it again because it's like, whatever, I'll just put it up. So, yeah, forward all your complaints in the comments right now. Do it. Alright, okay, continuing with this. It'll be interesting because whoever wins this match is going to end up playing Savior. And really, I think Mania would be probably the better setup because I think his Terran versus Zerg is better than Mind's Terran versus Zerg. But I don't think he's going to come out on this because his Terran versus Terran is just not as good as Mind's Terran versus Terran. And I'm not quite sure what that difference is. I think it's because Mind, first of all, he's a little more aggressive in his play, in my opinion. Mania tries to exploit his opponent's weaknesses, and Mind gets into kind of that flow. It's very good. I don't think either of these players are very creative, but they are both very solid players. As I said, if you saw the first match, both players don't really make a lot of mistakes, and that is going to be kind of in Mania's disservice because he's really good at exploiting opponents' mistakes. Now the question is here on Zodiac, we've seen definite cheese at the 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock spawning locations in prior matchups, and definitely kind of a shift to not just a starport, but extremely fast starport, almost with no other units produced. And I think we might actually see that mirror once these two players realize what position they're at on this map, just because there's a huge gap in between that allows a lot of things. First of all, allows ramp blocking, kind of denial of information. Also, you can kind of do proxy. You can do cheese a lot easier because of that huge distance on this map. And it also, I think, it reduces, even though I kind of think it forces forward the need for dropships, the need for starports, just because of the distance. It also decreases the need for dropships to defend basically if you're going to expand and try to defend one location or another. And really, I think whoever gets the first scout in the other player's base first might end up ahead in this match. We'll see though. So it looks like Mania sending that scout. And we'll see basically who ends up getting the scout in what position first. Interestingly enough, it looks like Mind is actually going to send his probe straight to that 6 o'clock location, and that's going to give him a decent sized advantage. Well, actually, no, it looks like he is. I take that back. They're both going to be catching each other about the same time. I think as soon as it looks like their SCVs are going to run into each other, and I think if they whoever got the map spot there, which I'm going to assume they both did, is going to get the advantage. Probably immediately switch factory, and as you can see, Mind, I think he did. He immediately got that SCV out in his base. Looks like he's producing a second SCV, getting that factory down, and here comes that scout for Mania. So Mania getting to the base faster, but basically not in time to really get that scout out in time. Mind just barely getting that second Marine up to kind of block that, and it doesn't look like, wow, I can't see that SCV for Mind, or Mind coming around, two Marines coming out. Well, there it is. It's going to be caught, and that barracks kind of floating out. Mind very wisely actually pulling that SCV back. I don't think he's going to bother with the scout. An early second expansion going down, but yeah, starport immediately. Starport for Mind. Early second expansion for Mania, but a starport for Mind, and that's kind of what I expected there. But I'm surprised that Mania, realizing kind of the position, went for that early second expansion. And the question is it looks like Mind is in fact going to go for kind of a siege tank type build. So this is going to be really interesting, because if that drop is extremely successful for Mind, he's going to end up ahead in this match. But if it's not, I could see Mania taking this match simply because he's going to have that resource advantage. I'm surprised he's not going for wraiths. Instead, he's going for drop. And the question is what is he going to drop? Is he just going to drop tanks and go siege, or is he just going to go with vultures? And really, I would have suggested I shouldn't say what I'm suggesting. I would have gone with wraiths and scout going up, but it doesn't look like it managed to get past, and that could have been a devastating scout for Mind. Because if Mania managed to get that scout scout off, he would have immediately switched. And here's the other question: is that barracks going to get up in time? The barracks crossing each other's paths right now. Is that barracks going to get up in time, basically, to see that dropship coming down? As you can see, those Marines going across the middle. They're going to get caught by those vultures, though, and I think he was getting it to try to attack that barracks. And that's going to be devastating for mine. Not able to basically attack that barracks. Those two vultures coming up. They're going to see that early tank. So he knows there's kind of basically kind of more of a quick tech build. But really, let's see if he can keep this dropship out of range and basically get the drop all the way around with that tank loaded and into Mania's base. Armory going down for Mania at the moment. So we'll see. Wow, I'm not sure when that army. This is timing is everything here, and it's going to be the difference in the matchup. Is will Mine be able to get that dropship out and in Mania's base before those Goliaths are produced? And I don't think he's going to, as fast as that army's coming out. And again, opting for a Wraith instead, I guess. That was kind of what I was hoping he would do in the first place. But that Wraith isn't going to be down there in time to really do all that much damage, because you can see that already the Academy going down. Mania has already sniffed this out, and he needs to stop that tech. He needs to take out that SCV and hopefully get cloaking up before the Goliaths come out. If he can get cloaking up and basically flood in more troops here and just keep those SCVs down in the meantime, this will be very successful. Managing to hit a couple SCVs there, bringing that barracks back. The question is, does he have cloaking to deal with even these Marines here? Mania bringing back these Marines and just kind of plopping SCVs. He's already lost two. That Goliath is there, but the cloaking is up. And really, more. I hope more Wraiths are coming down. The question is Mind really going to dedicate to this? It looks like that only 2 Wraiths going to actually come down at this point, because as you can see, that Academy going up, and with the Academy going up, this isn't going to be as successful as attack as possible. But interestingly enough, this is going to really balance this out, because Mind is able to do this damage to the SCVs. That's not going to be. It's not going to be as bad that he is getting that second expansion down later. It's going to be a slight disadvantage, but it wouldn't be as big as it would have been otherwise. I'm going to move those Rays and just try to delay his tech in the meantime, because he is ahead technologically. A lot of Goliaths being produced right there. Comm set up, it looks like, on both ends. So the question is how much of a harass is he going to be successful? Is what he is going to be behind on, though, and that both Rays running out of energy at this point. The question is the more important issue, I think I should say, is the gas. It looks like Mind actually does have his expansion at full capacity now, so he's also going to be producing gas, and it looks like those Rays are coming back. So the question is also, is Mania going to be able to protect that barracks? Because that barracks is going to be very harassable by both kind of those Rays, and likewise, Mania could easily take down Mind's barracks. So I'm not sure if those barracks are out of the field in the meantime, and I think Mind's a little wary of that. That's why he's getting those other 2 barracks down. He has 4 tanks out in front, ready to kind of engage anything that's coming front, and doesn't have any troops. A ComSat going off, I think. It's kind of stereotypical of players to kind of rally troops to their secondary to kind of defend their secondary at that choke. And Mania comsetting, they're expecting to see troops and not seeing troops. That might be a miscue to him, as Mania looks like Mind looks actually like he's going to try to take, going to attack that Vulture right there and try to take that expansion just outside his base. Interestingly enough, and now he's getting that dropship down, but those 2 Rays coming back in cloaks, so they're going to spot that out. And it looks like, they were just there for reconnaissance reasons. And I'm not sure if they're there. Oh, that barracks I think is going to get taken down here, but it's not going to be as big a hit, because again, those 2 factories are down in the meantime. And I guess just going for information, a 3rd command center going down for Mind, and that's a little risky because he just built those 2 factories. I'm not sure if he's going to be, because basically if Mania decided to push up right now with a lot of forces, which I don't think he will, he could be in a little bit of trouble, but I think this is going to end up paying out for him in the long term. And that Vulture almost dead there. Those Goliaths, a lot of Goliaths out for Mania, a lot more siege tanks up for Mine, and basically, I think the difference in this game at this point then will be the question: can Mind pull off, or I should say, can Mania pull off a very successful harass with his dropships? And as I said, I've been very impressed with his dropship and kind of tactical dropship pushes, and 6 tanks coming up for Mania in the meantime. He's got that barrack spotting, but again, those still those 2 Raids out. So, but they're they can easily be taken out, and I think he's just going to try to use them to spot for his siege tanks at the moment. So 2 Rays and a series of tanks versus a couple Goliaths, and an engineering bay out to spot as well. That command center almost up, and also command center going to go up for Mania at the kind of the equivalent position. and a dropship out for Mania, 2 dropships out. So with the distance in between, I'm going to actually give the advantage into Mania's hands at this moment, because really he can ferry troops where he needs to. And a single SCV coming up and attacking that tank, and more tanks flooding to that position. I think that was a little miscue, because now, as you can see, those dropships are there, but more dropships to come and support at this point that are not going to be sieged. And actually, those tanks sieging, we'll see if those raids, their cloaking, going to go up, and we'll see how much damage they can do. I don't think he's going to push them in. He did